Blackbeard's origins remain clouded in uncertainty. Historians believe his real name was likely Edward Thatch, possibly hailing from Bristol, England, where he may have worked as a sailor. It's thought he fought in the War of the Spanish Succession, and after the war's end, like many others, he found himself jobless in the Caribbean, just as piracy was reaching its final golden age. Turning to a life of crime, he made his way to Nassau, the infamous pirate stronghold, and joined up with Captain Benjamin Hornigold. In 1717, Blackbeard served as Hornigold's second-in-command, and together they raided the American coastline, taking down 8 merchant vessels. That summer, he crossed paths with Stede Bonnet, a wealthy landowner turned pirate, nicknamed the Gentleman Pirate. Blackbeard soon took control of Bonnet's ship, the Revenge, and returned to the seas, launching another violent campaign. In just 3 weeks, he captured 15 ships, establishing a reputation built on fear and intimidation. Though feared for his ruthless tactics, there's no historical proof that Blackbeard ever killed or tortured those he captured. His terror came from image and presence, not brutality. Later that year, he headed for the Windward Islands. Near St. Vincent, he seized a French slave ship, La Concorde, which carried 500 enslaved Africans bound for the sugar plantations. Some of those enslaved people joined Blackbeard's crew, while the rest were set ashore. He overhauled the ship, armed it with 40 cannons, and renamed it the Queen Anne's Revenge, a warship feared across the Caribbean. With a fleet of 4 ships and around 250 men, Blackbeard cut a destructive path through the West Indies, burning ships and even attacking the French colony of Guadeloupe. From there, he pushed into the Gulf of Mexico, targeting Spanish vessels. The Spanish dubbed him El Gran Diablo, the Great Devil. Despite his fearsome reputation, discontent grew among his crew. The riches they hoped for weren't materializing. In search of treasure, they sailed to the coast of Florida, hoping to recover gold and silver from a Spanish treasure fleet wrecked 3 years prior. But scavengers had already looted much of the wrecks, leaving Blackbeard's crew disappointed again. Refusing to give up, Blackbeard sailed north to Charleston, South Carolina, and staged the boldest move of his career, a 6-day blockade of the port. He captured hostages and seized cargo from every ship attempting to enter or leave the harbor. He continued up the coast to Topsail Inlet, modern-day Beaufort, North Carolina, in search of a hiding place. But his flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, ran aground and was lost. Shortly after, Stede Bonnet separated from Blackbeard and was later captured and hanged. Blackbeard stranded part of his crew and headed to Bath, North Carolina, where he struck a deal for a royal pardon from the governor under an official pirate amnesty. But peace didn't last. Soon after, he returned to piracy, looting 2 French vessels. He claimed they were abandoned, but few believed the story. This act caught the attention of Alexander Spotswood, the lieutenant governor of Virginia, who decided to eliminate Blackbeard for good. Ignoring jurisdictional boundaries, Spotswood dispatched a naval force to North Carolina, led by Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy. In November 1718, Maynard and his men confronted Blackbeard at Ocracoke Island. Outnumbered, but not outmatched, Blackbeard fought with unmatched ferocity. He was eventually brought down after sustaining 20 sword slashes and 5 gunshot wounds. To prove the Pirate King was dead, Maynard had Blackbeard's head severed and displayed on the bow of his ship. Though his reign lasted less than 2 years, Blackbeard looted around 40 ships, and his calculated use of fear turned him into a legendary figure, one whose name still echoes through the ages.